Have you ever heard of a love so powerful it defied families and crossed oceans, only to be shattered by a single act of betrayal? This is the story of Shine, a woman whose heart was as vast as the land she left behind. Shine was born in China, the only daughter in a wealthy and respected family, with a spirit full of kindness and a calling to help others. She joined a missionary group. Their journey led them to the beautiful islands of the Philippines, a place that would forever change the course of her life. It was there she saw him, Paul, a humble farmer. His skin was darkened by the sun, his hands were calloused from hard work, but his smile held a warmth that captivated her instantly. It was love at first sight, a connection so deep and immediate that it felt like destiny. For Shine, this love was worth everything. She decided to stay in the Philippines, choosing a life with Paul over the comfort and wealth she had always known. Her family in China was furious. They couldn't understand her choice. How could their precious daughter, raised in luxury, fall for a simple farmer from another country? They pleaded with her, they threatened her, they tried to reason with her, but Shine's heart was set. Paul was her future. Despite the deep disapproval from her family, Shine and Paul built a life together. Their love blossomed, and soon their home was filled with the laughter of 4 children. Shine, ever resourceful and dedicated, became a teacher, shaping young minds in her new community. She poured her heart into her family and her work, believing she had found true happiness. For a while, it seemed like their love story was a fairy tale, a testament to the idea that love truly conquers all. But fairy tales often have a dark chapter, and a shadow was quietly looming over their seemingly perfect life, ready to turn their world upside down. Life was a delicate balance for Shine. She juggled her responsibilities as a teacher, a wife, and a mother to 4 young children. The disapproval of her family back in China was a constant, quiet ache in her heart. But the love she had for Paul and their children was her fortress. She believed their bond was unbreakable. Then, one day, the walls of that fortress came crashing down. The devastating truth came to light. Paul was cheating on her. The discovery was not a loud confrontation, but a quiet, soul-crushing realization. The man she had given up everything for, the man she had loved with every fiber of her being, had betrayed her. The shock was a physical blow. The heartbreak wasn't just emotional. It manifested as a sickness in her body. A deep-seated sadness took root in her heart, and soon it became a literal heart disease. The vibrant, kind-hearted Shine began to fade. The stress and sorrow were too much for her body to bear, and at a tragically young age, the woman who had once crossed an ocean for love died of a broken heart. News of her death reached her family in China like a thunderclap. Consumed by grief and rage, her 3 brothers immediately journeyed to the Philippines. Their mission was no longer one of reconciliation, but of retribution. When they arrived, they didn't see a grieving widower. They saw the man who had destroyed their sister. They cursed Paul, blaming him for Shine's untimely death. Their anger didn't stop at words. Their wrath extended even to the innocent children, Shine's own flesh and blood. The uncles looked at their nieces and nephews and saw not their sister's legacy, but the farmer's bloodline. They refused to recognize them, turning their backs on the 4 orphans their sister had left behind. With his wife gone, his name cursed, and his children disowned by their mother's family, Paul was left with nothing. Heartbroken and ostracized, he made a desperate decision. He couldn't provide for all 4 children on his own. With a heavy heart, he took his 2 youngest children and fled to a distant town, hoping to escape the ghosts of his past. The 2 older children were left behind, entrusted to the care of distant relatives who took them in more out of duty than love. The once thriving family was now scattered to the winds, fractured by betrayal and grief. Paul, much like Shine, never recovered from the weight of his actions and his loss. He too passed away at a young age, leaving all 4 of his children completely orphaned in a world that seemed to have forgotten them. The 2 older children, left behind and largely neglected, faced a harsh reality. They were just kids, suddenly without parents and without a safety net. To survive, they did what they had to do. They began stealing food from the market, their small hands quickly learning to snatch what they needed to quiet their rumbling stomachs. It was a desperate, lonely existence. Eventually, a relative learned of their plight. The oldest son was taken in, but not as family. He was put to work as a houseboy and later as the family driver for his own uncle, the very same family that had disowned him. Life took them all on different paths. The oldest daughter, despite her difficult start, eventually found her own way. She got married and created the one thing she never had. A large, sprawling family. She had 12 children, filling her home with the noise and love she had craved. The second son, the former houseboy and driver, also married and had a family of his own, raising 4 children. The third son's story took an unexpected turn. He married a woman with a disability. Many might have seen this as another challenge in a life full of hardship, but their union was one of genuine love and strength. Together, they had 4 children, and here is where the story truly surprises. Against all odds, 3 of their 4 children grew up to be academic prodigies. They excelled in school, driven by a deep desire to build a better life. All 3 of them graduated from university with the highest honors, cum laude, becoming a testament to resilience and the unyielding power of the human spirit. The youngest son from the original 4 siblings also went on to marry and have 4 children of his own. This is a story with deep roots and a painful beginning. It is a powerful reminder of how one single act of betrayal can create ripples that affect generations. The cheating didn't just break a marriage, it broke a family, orphaned children, and created a legacy of hardship. But it also shows that from the deepest cracks, the strongest flowers can grow. The success of Shine's grandchildren proves that while trauma can be passed down, so can strength, determination, and the will to create a better future. It's a lesson that integrity in our relationships is not just a private matter. It has the power to build or break worlds for those who come after us. Thank you for listening to this incredible story. If it moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more true to life narratives.